Jason, I was curious what your approach to acting in a remake was, especially of a film that most English-speaking people haven't seen. Did you watch the Tommy Wirkola movie, or did you just not want that to impact your performance?
No, I watched it a bunch. I think there's actually a real luxury to this experience in that you know that the first movie worked. Like, I loved the first movie. So I always thought, like, oh, this is pretty cool. You're going into something knowing that the story works. Like, I've seen a version of it that's awesome. So I think for us, it was like, okay, what do we do to make it our own? And what can we enhance it? Because they've done a lot of the heavy lifting already. So yeah, I was psyched. Like, I had an idea of why it would be worthwhile for me to take on the material and what I could bring to it that is different than what the original was. And I think Sam probably felt the same for her of like, okay, now we can take this movie and do it through this lens, you know? So it was cool.
That makes total sense. And Samara, your Australian accent is in full display here. Jason's character calls it British crossed with the devil and makes fun of it. So, is it a relief, especially in such a physical film, when you don't have to worry about doing a different accent, or how does that come into play?
Yeah, listen, I've tried once before to stay in an American accent, like in between takes.
Oof.
And some people can do it. I just feel really self-conscious and I feel silly. And I feel like people are judging and going, why are you doing that? So
especially if the accent isn't that good.
Yeah. It's like, you're like, hey, yeah, so are you having fun? Like, no, I can't, no. I want to just have it between action and cut. And for this, I knew that there'd be a lot of improv, and I also just thought, like, the Australian accent is, like, arguably, like, the silliest accent. Like, it kind of just sounds ridiculous.
Yeah.
Shane Gillis has a great bit about it. Anyway, so I thought bringing that element into it also would just be really fun to play with and takes, like you said, a little of the pressure off if we were to improvise something. And it kind of, there is such a... I was about to say cliche, maybe that's not the right word, but a lot of like Australian actors in LA who were dating the American director, like that's literally my life. Mm-hmm. And there's so many of us. So it felt quite real as well.
It also, my experience of the accent is that it has kind of a hard edge to it.
Yeah, it's gnarly.
Yeah. It's like things sound like an insult that are just normal. I could see why it would cause relationship issues.
Yeah, and I got to just like whip out some really fun Aussie slang that just makes me laugh. So, yeah.
Like you might say, get that, why don't you?
Yeah.
And that would just be a normal
why
thing.
Why don't you?
Yeah, and that would be a normal thing to say. But to me, it's like, what do you mean, why don't you? I'm like, why is it so aggressive?
Yeah.
Yeah, it works perfectly for a comedy. And Jason, my last question, you have some physical scenes with Keith Jardine, former UFC fighter. He's still in great shape. You're a tall dude, and he is manhandling you. How was it filming this?
To reduce my natural strength for the camera was obviously a challenge. But, you know, you sacrifice for your art, and I just wanted the movie to feel realistic. There's a good chance I take all these three villains in a heartbeat, but we needed a longer film.
Mm-hmm. Makes total sense. You did a great job of reducing that for sure. Congrats to you both on this film. I just had a fantastic time watching it, so there's a lot to be proud of. Thank you guys.
Thanks so much.